Hey there! In this video, we are going to learn the basics of GIMP using an example by drawing the logo of LPU, Lovely Professional University. That looks like this. So first of all, I'm going to create a new image. So go to File, New. You choose your size over here. If you want to choose any default template, you can click on that template. And if you want to specify your own dimension, you can give over here. In the advanced options, you can specify the number of pixels in X resolution and your Y resolution per inch, per centimeters, and so on, depending upon your wish. And the 72 is fine for like home printing and web pages, and this is 72 pixels per inch. Next is color space. If RGB mode is red, green, and blue, that means you know that most of the color combination can be colors can be we can got most of the colors by combining red, green, and blue in different proportions. And grayscale is we'll get the colors, we get the picture in the form of in the shade of gray only. Okay, so for this image I need the colors such as the RGB, red, green, and blue. Next is, do you want to fill it with foreground? As you can see, this is my foreground color, black. Background color is white. White is obviously white, and transparency means there will be no filling. It will be simple transparent. For this example, I'm going to make it transparent. Press OK. So we got it over here, and after that I need certain panels over here in order to start my work. So I'll just open it in advance because I'm going to use them later on. So for that, I'm going to Windows, dockable dialog. First you can open layers, that I just did, and next is I need one more thing, that is paths. So I'll just put it over here. Good. Now the other thing is I'm going to create a circle in the center. So in order to locate, as you can see, I don't know where is the center of this image. So just open the guidelines for this. Guides are basically just in order to guide you. They are not the part of the image. They are just part of the tool to provide certain guidance. And so I go to image, guides, and you can click on new guide by percent, by selection, or whatever. So for my case, I'm going to select it by percent, and I'm going to say horizontal 50%. You can see I got this blue one, and this in the same manner I'll also get one more in a vertical direction as well. Okay, so for that I'll choose it to change it to vertical and press OK. So this is the center of my image. I got it. So now I'm going to make a circle over here. See, in order to make the circle, perfect circle, if I double click over here, you can see by default this option will be disabled in most of the cases. See, if you're making your if you're using this ellipse tool, it's not always a perfect circle. You have to look for the dimensions. I can make my task easier by simply going over here. How can I get this? Simply double click on your tool and you will get the options related with the tool. Okay, so once you get it, you can see there's the option of fixed. Click on this. What do you want to fix? There's a top 10 menu, aspect ratio, height, width, or size. I want to fix size, and you can mention your dimensions over here. I'm going to keep it 390 by 390. So now wherever I'll draw, it will be always will be circle of the size 390 by 390. And I want to put into the center, and you can see there's a small plus sign over here. Just put it on the center exactly. Now the circle over here, so I'll go over here and fill it with this color. Which color? White color. So I'll simply uh, interchange the colors, foreground and background color, and fill it with the white one. Now on this white one I need a black outline. So for that I already have this selection over here. So I'll simply right click, go to the edit option. You can also get all these options over here as well in your menu bar. It's easier to access from here, so I'll simply right click over here, edit, and there you get this option of stroke selection. Now when you're stroking the selection, make sure you have selected your foreground color, because whatever your foreground color is, selection will be done with that will be stroked with that color. Okay, solid color means I'm going to fill it with solid black color. Pattern means if you have particular pattern, that is all you can see there are patterns, there are different. Okay, if I say pattern, let me show you. Windows, dockable dialogs, and here are, where are my patterns, brushes. Here are the patterns, and you can see there are different patterns over here. You can also fill them with the pattern, but in my case I don't need patterns, so I'll go over here Where were we? Fill it with the right click, edit, stroke selection, and I want to fill it with the solid color, so I choose the solid color, mention the size of the line. I'm going to keep it 2 and simply stroke selection. So I got it over here and I don't need the selection anymore, so simply go to select and select none. So I got the white circle. In order to create the inner orange circle, I'm going to make it on the new layer. I always work with the new layer. Working with the different layers, it enables you to later on you can modify your layers accordingly. You can change the size, you can change the color, even you can delete, you can change the order, and I mean the layers will be quite useful for you in the later stages when you're working with the images. So that's the benefit of the layers. So I'm going to create a new circle over here. Go back in the same manner. This time I don't need 290. Let's say 320 will be fine. 320 by 320. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. So let's see how it works. So if I go over here, okay, that's a bit smaller. It's fine. Okay, I want to decrease size one more time because that's not. I mean, some more size. If I can, okay, that's fine. This looks perfect. So in the same manner, I choose the paint bucket tool, fill it with which color? Orange color this time. So I choose the orange color here, and let me get a darker shade. That's fine. Press OK, fill it. And in the same manner, I want to stroke it with which color? Black color. So simply interchange the colors. Right click, edit, stroke your selection. Solid color 2, size is fine, and simply stroke it. So I got over here as well. You can see there's a selection over here and I don't need any more. So I go to simply select and none. Okay. And in order to make the styles, I simply do one thing. I'll just right click and duplicate this layer. So you can see both the layers are of the same color and they are of the same size. What I'll do now, the bottom one, I'll just fill that layer with the black color. So black color is already selected. So I'll go over here and fill it with the black one. Now what will be the use of it? You can see this is the visibility. This side represents the visibility. Let me show you. On the top I have this layer which is completely blank. So let me delete that. Okay, on this layer I have this orange layer. You can see this one is, if I make it visible, it is visible. On just on the bottom I have this black layer. Okay, this is visible, invisible, and on just on the bottom I have this white one. So that's the benefit of layers. You can work with different components of your image at different times. So what I'm gonna do next is so I'll simply click anywhere and just locate for your stripes over here. So go over here. I'm going to make the selection from here to here. You can make any way, just concentrate on the width of the selection, width on the inner part. So I'll go over here. This part is selected. Now all I have to do is simply press the delete key on the keyboard. I'm sorry. What I did, I selected this layer. I was supposed to select this layer. So once I press the delete key, the orange delete, on the background I have the black one. Obviously I see the black one. Okay. So in the same manner, I don't need this selection anymore. Simply right click, select none. You can all make all the selection in one go. Simply double click over here. So here I have this option of add. You can see add to the current selection. First I'm going to make a new selection. In the same manner, choose this one. And to this selection I want to add one more selection. Okay. So this is fine. And there's one last. Okay, now I have all the selections, so I simply press the delete and I got all the stripes in one go. Okay, so after that simply go to select and none, and I got the logo design. Okay, in order to write the text, simply choose your text tool. That's a represented with this A symbol. Type your text over here. So we have written the text missed the I, let me add that. Okay, university. So if you want to change the size, simply you can click select your text first, and you can increase and decrease the size. And one thing in mind, that choose the size of your text accordingly the size of this wide area, if I'm keeping it 23, and there's a certain spacing over here, so let me add that. Okay, that's fine. And next is okay, we have this circle and I want to create a path. You can create the path using this path tool as well. I'm going to choose this, make a selection, and then I convert into path because I need a perfect circle here, and that will be a quick manner without worrying about the anchor points and handles in this path tool. So simply choose this ellipse tool. If I go over here, okay, this selection is perfectly fine because I fixed the size over here in the same manner as I did earlier. And you can see this is perfectly at the center, and when I write the text, it will be written on this line. This will be the center of the text. Okay, so when I go over here in the path section, you can see there's a, just at the bottom there's this option, selection to path. Right now I have this selection, the circle, that's your selection. If I click over here, the selection is converted into pi. You can see it's inside this under this path section now. So I don't make it visible. The first rectangle over there, that's the visibility, and second one is the lock. Okay, so I have made the made it visible. Next thing is I don't need the selection anymore, so simply right click, select, and none. Okay, I got this path over here. So go back to your layers in the text layer where you have written your text. Right click over there, and there you get this option of text along the path. Simply click that, and you can see our text is written along the path that we have created earlier. And I don't need this path anymore, so simply deselect it, as make it visible, and just disable the visibility. So next thing is, you can see this is still the path, it's still under the path section, and paths are just for direction, and I want to convert it back to the selection so that I can fill it. So you can see at the bottom there's this option, path to selection. So I'll click here. Now this area has been selected, and I'll go over here, choose the paint bucket tool. The foreground color is black, that's fine. See, if I try to paint it over here, it's not working. Okay, so what I'll do, because I'm on the text layer and this is the text layer, I cannot fill that, so I'll make a new layer over here, press OK, and I'll go over here and paint it. So once I click it, you can see the icon changes as soon as the cursor goes inside the selection, and this is filled. After that, I don't need the path, so simply deselect it. I don't need the selection, so right click, edit, and none. So this is how we got it in the form of circle. And at the end, I just need to rotate it, so I'll simply go over here, that's the center, so simply click over here, rotate it, and that's fine. And one more thing, when you're rotating, wherever your center is, if you, let's say, if you that this circle, it represents the center. If you take your cursor over here, that means this has become the circle. And if I try to rotate it, it will go out of the like this white area, because it has become the circle center. So position your center accordingly, according to the circle, wherever you have your circle, then rotate it. Okay, so I need to rotate it a bit more, so let me do that. um, okay, that's fine. We need to write Punjab India over here, and in order to so, there's one more tool that I need to type, because if I write in the same manner, that will be written upside down, and I don't want that. I want to write it in a perfect way. So first let me add the text. Everything else is same, but this time we'll just add one more tool, that is flip tool. That's present over here, flip tool. Choose it, double click on it, check for the properties, and I want to flip. The first option is layer, second option is selection, the third option is path, and I want to flip the path, so simply click over here and go to your path, this circular one. I want to flip this path, so click once, and obviously you haven't seen any changes over here. So as soon as I'll type, you will see the changes. Okay, I need to type text, so I'll type the text now. Text was Punjab in the bracket India. Let me add some space over here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let me increase the size as well. Okay, same as the earlier one. And so we have the text and we have the selection. And what we did next time, we had the selection, go to your text layer, right click and text along the path. And you can see now this time it's written. Let me make it just say invisible so that you can see it clearly. It's written in the same like upside down. If I rotate it, it will become like visibly in an erect manner, the way it should be. Okay, so okay, we are here. Next I need, and it is still the path, so I need to convert it into selection the same manner that we have done earlier. Convert it into selection, choose the bucket tool, make a new layer. Okay, and fill that layer with black. So it has been filled. I don't need this path anymore. I don't need this selection anymore. None. And just simply we have Punjab India on this layer. So make sure this layer is selected and simply rotate it. That's towards the center. Okay, I just disable this one. Let me make it visible so that you can see. And right now I don't need this text layer where I have written Punjab in a horizontal manner, so I disable it. I don't need Lovely Professional University text layer, so I disable this. So I got this, and then at the end I just need to add two dots there. So simply choose the brush tool. Make sure the brush is of the pattern that you want. I want it circular, so choose the circle. Front color is foreground color is this black, and I want to fill it on the top of this white one. So choose this layer, and this is a bit larger in size. Let me reduce the size. Even this one is larger. Bit more. Okay, that's fine. Simply click there, and we got the logo of Lovely Professional University. And that's it. That's how you create the logo, and you can choose your font. And keep one thing in mind: you cannot change later the font size and everything. You have to make the decision on an earlier basis. And that's it. That's up for the day. And have a nice day. And bye.